Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we'll be taking a look at a banging set of cans that's going to cost you very little money. And also they've got 7.1 surround sound. This is the Sharkoon Skiller SGH30. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so on today's video we'll be taking a look at Sharkoon's latest budget banging cans. These are the Sharkoon Skiller SGH30s, and these are a USB powered 7.1 RGB headset, which costs at the moment in the UK less than 30 of your English pounds, which is a phenomenal deal for an RGB headset, which actually sounds really good. The mic quality is fantastic. Spoiler alert, I have tested the mic already and listened to some of the feedback on it. Well, not feedback, but you know what I mean. I've listened to the actual recording and it sounds absolutely sweet. So we've got a great microphone, we've got some RGB, we've got a really good price, and we've got a nice headset. What more could you want? Well, let's go through some of the specs and we'll see exactly what it does feature, and you can make up your mind whether they're going to be right for you. But actually, I'm really impressed. As you can probably tell, I'm quite excited already. These really are pretty decent. So spec-wise, from the box, we've got a stereo headset. It's a USB connector based on the CM108B or 808 chip. Never heard of it, no idea. I think that's probably a C Media chipset. I may have to look that up and put it in the video description, see what that's all about. But essentially it is a built-in sound card into the USB setup and the headset, so it is completely separate from your onboard sound or whatever you've got going on your PC, your laptop, or actually on your PS4. These are compatible with PC and PlayStation 4. So you can choose to use it for that. Christmas is coming, maybe a gift for someone. These are going to be right up their street. As I said, it's got illumination, so it's got RGB. It isn't anything you can actually control, so it's just basically a light cycle, which hopefully you can see from some of the B-roll we've already taken. And that is powered by the USB as well, so you don't have any other connections for that. That's all good. The weight without the cable of the headset is about 300 grams, so they're not actually lightweight. They're pretty heavy, pretty chunky. Not really the sort of thing I'd probably be wearing around out on the streets, but certainly watching movies, listening to music on YouTube, watching movies on Amazon Prime. Definitely, these are great. I've watched 2 movies tonight already, and yes, I can totally vouch for them. They sound absolutely excellent. There are 40mm drivers in there with impedance or impedance of 32 ohms or ohms, however you want to pronounce it. I don't care, entirely up to you, but I'll just give you the information. Frequency response is 20 Hz to 20 kHz, so you've got a nice wide spectrum of sounds there, down into the subsonics with the 20 Hz and the high range at the 20,000. Yeah, basically you get a decent sound reproduction. Sensitivity is 92 dB plus or minus 4 dB, and maximum power is 100 milliwatts. And it's got built-in volume control and mic control as well. Awesome. So that is pretty much everything that you'd want from the headset itself. From the microphone, which is probably more important if you're using it for gaming, that kind of thing. Frequency response on the microphone is 100 Hz up to 10,000 Hz. So again, pretty decent. Cuts out some of those low frequency subsonics because it's cutting off at 100 Hz, but for a lot of people that's going to be better because it's really going to reduce some of those plosives that I personally do pronounce quite a lot, and also some of that background droning noise. So should be nice and crisp and clear. And actually what I mean, should be, it is. I've listened to it already and it sounds great. So you've got a flexible microphone and also you've got a mic mute switch built into the headset. So everything is there. You've got nothing actually on the USB cord itself. So it's literally a cord that goes straight from the headset into the PC or PlayStation 4 or laptop, whatever the case may be. And it's actually a really long cable, 240 centimeters. So that is basically 2.5 meters, give or take. So that's a really long cable. So even if you've got your PlayStation kind of in the front room, right next to the TV, and you want to sit back, maybe on the couch or whatever, you've got a good 2.5 meter distance, which is best part of 10 foot, I guess. 8 to 10 foot. So you've got a pretty decent distance between where you actually have to be with your console. Not quite wireless, but pretty close. So inside the box, this is traditionally an unboxing channel, but actually there isn't really a great deal to unbox, so we're not going to go through the whole unboxing process. Essentially, user manual, headset, USB cable. That's everything you need. So that is the unboxing part of it done. So let's talk about the actual headset itself. Now the headset is saying 300 grams, so it's not a lightweight one, but it certainly feels quite chunky. It's got really nice flex to the headset there. There's no creaking whatsoever. It's really, really sturdy. Actually, surprisingly so, it really does belie its kind of budget pricing. The top is spring mounted, so we've got a nice bit of tension on there on elastic. So that works really well. And also the cables that connect up the headphones themselves, There's a lot of slack there as well, so they're going to last a pretty long time. Don't have to worry about those getting twisted or damaged too much. Absolutely fine. The actual headset itself, or the cans, or whatever you want to call them, the earmuffs, ear pads, whatever, these are really super soft, and they feel like they're kind of like that memory foam, and they're covered in this really nice faux leather, which has got a really nice texture to it. It's kind of like a satin finish to it, and it's very comfortable. I watched 2 movies pretty much back to back. Watched the old Matrix Reloaded, and then watched the new film, which I can't remember what it was called, but 2 films back to back, trying to see different types of genres, so action, and then down into a more suspenseful thing with background music and all this kind of stuff. Then listen to some music, a little bit of Beverly Knight, doing some George Michael covers, some Toto, and then some modern drum and bass kind of stuff. It's like a real mix of different genres, and it handled them all excellently. And actually the software that this comes with is brilliant. There's a piece of software, the Sharkoon software, which you can download. I'll put some links in the video description, but you can download it, and actually you can take loads of control of the sound. So if you just plug them in, want to use them, absolutely fine. They sound great. But if you want them to sound even better, install the software. It gives you options for the 7-point round virtual setup, so you can mess around with the settings in there, and you can move speakers. So if you're one of those bass junkies, you can bring your woofer right in close to you and put the speakers kind of further out, all that kind of stuff. There's tons and tons of options that you can play with in there. Also, there's some fun things as well. So if you want to mess around with the sound of things, you can change the pitch, the people's pitch. You can actually remove vocals from tracks. So if you're listening to music and you want to take the vocals out, so you want to do some karaoke or something like that, you can do all those kinds of things. You can change the environments, like padded cell, as if you're on drugs, all these kind of things, open stadiums, arena, whatever the case may be. There's tons and tons of things you can play around with in there. And also you can change the settings, so go from like 7.1 back to 2.1, all those kinds of different settings. So tons and tons of flexibility. But ultimately it comes down to the ease of use. Plug it in the USB, you've got all your nicely controlled items on the side there, which I really like. Nice and easy. You've got a rotary volume dial, which again, it's old school, but it just works. That's why it's been around for so long. It's a really easy thing to use. And you've got your mic mute there, so 2 separate buttons. So just by when you're wearing them, you can tell immediately what is what, because it feels completely different. Obviously you've got your rotary volume, and then you've got a manual switch for the actual microphone. So yeah, absolutely perfect. The RGB LEDs look really nice. And again, the cable, all nicely braided. If I quickly plug these in, you can see straight away they're just active. It just works. There's nothing really you have to do. Got really nice RGB looking on there. You've got a stainless, or kind of brushed stainless steel or aluminium effect on the side there with the Sharkoon logo. And you've got this really nice kind of inset halo effect for the RGB, which is nice. Again, you've got your flexible microphone, so you can put it wherever you want. So if it's slightly in your way, or you're one of those people that has problems with their plosives, then you can kind of aim it down here. But it's really nice and flexible. It's better than having those booms where it's just here and you can either move it there or there. It's just pointless. I like it so you can actually have some adjustment. And if we go over to the video I recorded a little bit earlier, you can see what this actually sounds like in use. Okay, so this is a test of the Sharkoon Skiller, the SGH30. Oh dear, that webcam's awful. But hopefully my voice is coming through nice and crisp and clear. This is with the microphone set to the standard settings, just literally switched on the back. And this is recording in OBS. I haven't done anything with the audio. The audio capture is at full, as it should be normally, and no changes there. So be interested to see what you guys think of the audio quality, whether or not it's removing the plosives, that kind of thing. There is a muff on here, so that should remove some of it. Although I am pretty heavy with my P's and other pronunciation problems, so hopefully it is taking that into consideration. Also, I have actually got a PC behind me, as you can see, and the fans are on, and there's all kinds of other noises going on in the room, so I'd be interested to see if those are picked up very easily. So if I'm completely silent, we'll see what comes through. Now I can definitely hear the fans behind me. They are a little bit louder than what they normally are. Not too sure why, but I'll need to look into that. But hopefully you guys can't hear them, and hopefully there's a reasonable amount of noise cancelling on this microphone. There does seem to be a little bit of a lag between what I'm saying and actually what was appearing in the OBS screen. Hopefully that is just an anomaly and the sound is actually going to sync up properly. There's no reason why it shouldn't do. But let's try with the microphone moved slightly away. So this is with the microphone moved slightly away, same talking voice, same loudness, all that kind of usual stuff. So again, this is going to be better for the plosives because it's directly away from my mouth, so it should sound still pretty decent. And this is the mic with it's pretty much furthest away, so whether or not you can actually hear this at all, I don't know. If not, I'll try and boost it in post-production, and I'll put comments actually on the screen down the bottom here, so you can see how much the volume's been boosted, just so you get an idea of how much it actually reduces as you move the microphone away. So that's back to pretty much what I would consider the normal position, and let's go back into the review. So there we go. What do you think? I think they sound absolutely brilliant. The microphone test, when I listened to it back, I was actually surprised how clear and crisp it sounded. It almost sounded better than my lav mic, which is quite unusual because I've been using this lav mic for years now, primarily because of the way it sounds. But the mics on this, it sounds phenomenal. Again, for less than £30 here in the UK, I don't know how they've managed to do it for the money. You've got a ton of features in there, really easy to use. You've got the 7.1 audio if you want to use it. Yeah, nice one. Sharkoon have definitely done well on this. So overall, I'm super impressed, and for me, I think these are probably one of the better headphones I've reviewed, especially for the money. Less than £30 for a USB RGB headset is pretty insane. But anyway, these have been sent to us free of charge. Should get out of the way, just straight off. Sharkoon have sent this to us free of charge for review purposes. They haven't told me to say anything. In fact, I've had these here for ages, waiting to do a review on them, but I finally got around to doing it, and actually, I'm really glad I have, because I can wholeheartedly recommend them. So if you're looking for a USB plug-in headset for someone who's on a PC, laptop, or PS4, definitely worth taking a look at, and they certainly get my seal of approval. So let me know what you think of them in the comments section below. In the meantime, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.